Why would you jump the gun like that? We've done 50 shows.
Premature.
Jumping the gun with my introduction. So,
The expression is, you're as anxious as a nun in a cucumber patch. That's the expression.
I am. Another episode, folks. Welcome of Stand-Up Memories. I'm Peter Bales.
This is going to be a low-key show.
This is going to be a low-key show. I'm with Jackie Martling.
Now you're talking!
All right. And Carie Karavas joins
Who's
us.
been an excellent guest for the
another
previous
episode.
3 shows.
And this is so much fun because we have...
A guy that Carie picked up on the way here.
Actually, we have Carrie's husband, Sam. And Carie talks a lot in her act about her husband. And it's so funny. You got to check her out. And Sam is such a nice guy. I know him. And I want to ask Sam, what's it like being married to Carie Karavas?
Wow.
Without knowing anything, first I want to ask, how long have you guys been married?
Watch yourself.
We've been married,
My son is 17 years.
and this is what happens.
You're a nice couple. Now let's play You Bet
He's
Your Life.
going to answer some questions if he's allowed.
2 months short of 18 years.
Oh,
Congratulations.
that's nice.
That
You
is
got
a nice run.
Your
That is a nice
18-year
run.
anniversary's coming up, right?
Yes.
All right.
What?
Yeah.
That long?
That
That's a lot
long.
longer.
You
He's
know
already got
that.
a he's
You're
already got
doing shtick.
A nice
I'm not.
gift for you. You got to have a big celebration, okay? She'll probably take you to Governor's for your anniversary.
Wow.
So that's now. Carie tells a story on stage a bit, and it cracks me up because I feel like it's true about how you left the house one time to go get something, and she hears your phone ringing. I'll hand this off to Carie. It just sounds true. Is this true? You can verify. Tell what happened, Carie.
So my kids were little. I needed milk. He's watching the Super Bowl game. Who cares? And I go, I need milk because my kid wouldn't eat the mac and cheese if I didn't have the milk, whatever. So anyway, he goes,
You
now?
made him leave in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so?
That's a man who loves you.
Yeah, he had no choice.
I mean, I could care less about football, but I
He's a
innately know that's
football
not something you do.
Freak. Football freak. We even watched the kids at school, the high school students play football, whatever they are, college. So...
And you wouldn't make her go get the milk? You wouldn't dare.
You know, that's not an easy thing to do. Get her to do anything.
So he leaves, and now I'm like, oh, let him get eggs too. So I'm ringing the phone to call him, his cell phone, and he's not picking up, but I'm hearing a barking sound in the background. So it was very faint. I waited 10 minutes, I go, he must be pissed off, it must be a good game. So the phone, I call him back 10 minutes later, ringing, I'm hearing the barking. I go into the bedroom, and on the bed is his phone. I pick it up, I turn it over. It's me barking. That's his cell phone ringtone for me, a barking.
You didn't know? You didn't know
barking.
that?
No. How mad was I?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
my God.
Oh, come on, that's funny.
That
Yeah,
is...
but we were just, we were...
The fact that she didn't know that is
They're
hysterical.
supposed to still be in the honeymoon phase, right?
Right, we were still like,
with
yeah.
two kids. With
Yeah.
2 kids running around, we're supposed to be in the,
I go, that's what you think of me? A dog barking? You
Oh,
must
yeah,
be.
she let me
You
have
must be a blast at work. Oh, look, my wife's calling.
That's so great.
That's a great
Oh, I didn't
story.
talk to him
That's a
for like a
true
week.
story.
That is
Yeah,
so, that is
Then
priceless.
I went and I got a ringtone for him. Asshole call.
Now,
asshole calling.
You
Something
got back,
stupid like that.
did she make you turn around and go back and get eggs?
No, she didn't.
No.
But she definitely let me
I didn't
have
talk
it.
to him.
Yeah, she was mad.
So, as the husband of a stand-up comedian, does she ever bring rough shows home with her, or does?
What does that mean?
Does that mean do rough shows
I bring the whole show with me.
put you in a bad mood for later that night or the next day?
No, she's very even keeled. So
Carie?
yeah, it was when she doesn't.
Peter.
She's
Even
a,
keeled
Don't
and
blow my
Carrie.
cover.
She's,
Even keeled and Carrie doesn't.
so she's got a very good personality. She's the happy type. So things don't stress her out like that. She lets things roll off her back. She
Carrie?
feels like she controls everything. So
Oh, that-
After a
it's-
certain amount of years of comedy, you don't wake up suicidal after a bad show.
I don't let anything bother me.
anymore.
Nothing.
Anymore.
I don't know. My house, God forbid, could burn down. Like, God forbid, we all out of the house and it burns down. I'm like, okay, burn down.
Yeah, she's that
Gives a
type.
shit.
She's like,
I don't care.
So if you called her up and you said, I need to cook for 20 people in 3 hours, everybody's coming over in 3 hours, she'd be like, okay, let's go. Most people would, drop down dead.
Wow.
She's the type, she'll just do it.
I don't
she
care.
she just does. She doesn't contemplate. She doesn't.
I
sit
opened
there
up a
worrying
restaurant like
about
that,
stuff.
no money. I had no money. I opened up a beautiful restaurant with zero money. He goes, how are we going to do this? I go, I'll handle it.
Yeah. So
That
but-
sounds very nice.
That is
But
cool. That's
one
very
thing
nice.
I learned about her is that she doesn't. So one time I said a joke, and I said something kind of nasty.
What-
and-
oh, yeah. Don't even say
and
it.
I'm not. And she turns around
Oh.
and she got twisted up, and I'm like, why is she getting twisted up? She's a comedian. And she goes, I'm not on stage. This isn't a stage in this house. I was like, whoa. And she was like,
Was it a
really
shot at
angry,
you? Like a cheap
angry.
shot at you, or
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was.
was
yeah.
probably
share the joke,
No,
Sam?
it's not something you could share, but I'll tell you one thing. He realized, because he backpedaled, and he got out of that very quick. But anyway, had nothing to do with like my weight. I don't care about my weight. You can make fun of my weight. Like one time, I was on this diet, and I go to him, he's eating a salad in the kitchen, and I go, I lost 7 pounds. Can you tell? And he goes, no. I go, what? You can't tell I'm down 7 pounds? He goes, no. I go, I'm 173 pounds now. And he looked at me and he goes, holy shit, you were 180 pounds? Like, he's very funny. Like, I had my cameras, I had beautiful cameras set up in my restaurant. And I go, look at this camera. We could zoom in on a penny. I go, so I'm in the office with him, and I zoomed in on these 2 big girls at the register and their butts, right? So I go, I bet you want to hit that. He's like, yeah, with my car. So he's very, very quick, and he's very funny. Very dry, very funny.
That sounds like a show.
Sarcasm.
Sorry.
Your restaurant should have been a show.
Yeah, we
Should've-
if
Could
we-
have been.
if it would have lasted a few more years.
I did 10 years in prison with those 2 restaurants.
God.
But
And we should add, was a Greek restaurant.
called Gyrolicious. It's still there.
Gyrolicious.
One of them is still there. The other
Okay.
one, the guy bought from me, and he just drove it to the ground. But
Okay.
this one guy still has it in Jericho. But how I met him, I was almost 40. I needed a
Right.
man like ASAP. I wanted to have a kid. Anybody. Like, that was...
It's true.
I was on dating Greek, eligiblegreeks.com. Like, I was out of my mind trying to find a man. Brought men home from Europe. It was like, nah.
Oh, that's funny.
I met him. We're dating 2 months. He doesn't even know what I do. He doesn't know what I do. Tell him what I did to you. I never told
You
him.
didn't say how you met.
So we
In a club.
we went to a Greek nightclub. I went with my brother and his friends, and she was there with a couple of her friends.
And he liked
Whoa.
my friend. He
Whoa.
liked my friend.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
What?
A Greek nightclub? I've never heard that expression.
Yeah,
You've
live
never
music,
been to Greek,
singers from
Astoria?
I know Astoria has a lot of
Astoria
Greek
has
people.
all Greek clubs. They had all Greek clubs, not anymore.
So in other words, in that neighborhood, if there's
Greek
a club,
live
it's
music.
all Greek
Live
people.
music, yes.
So we're in the club, and she's on the dance floor, and
His
I
friend
spotted
stepped
her-
on my foot.
I spotted her friend, and I was like, "Whoa!" I'm looking at her friend, and
And said, oh, I'd hit that with a car.
No,
Yeah.
not with a car. So we're getting ushered out. It's now 4 a.m. The lights come on. Everybody's got to go. So we're getting siphoned out. And one of the guys goes, "Hey, girls, you want to go for some tripe?" And she turns
I go,
around and
"Ooh."
she goes, "Ew." She goes, "No." So I said, no, forget the tripe. Let's go to the diner, the Neptune diner there in Astoria. And she goes, "Nah, we got to get back to Philly." So I said, Philly. I go, you came all the way from Philly to come to this place? Or are you just pulling our leg?
No,
Are
and
you
then
just
I
blowing
go,
us
yeah,
off?
I
Or
go,
no,
isn't this the
"Are you
hottest
just-"
Greek town?
I go, are you just blowing us off? She goes, I'm blowing off your friends. You're kind of cute. She goes
No,
like
I
that.
didn't say that.
Yes,
That's
you
not what
did.
I
Oh,
said.
here we
Ah,
go.
yeah,
Here we
yeah,
go.
he's telling the story.
Yeah.
That's not what I said. I said, I'm blowing you off. Well, not you, but them, right?
Okay.
That
And
was
you
it.
heard that as
I'm
you're
kind of cute.
Of course she heard that.
Of course. That's what we do.
It's
Hold on. Did you come from Philly to Astoria looking for a
No,
Greek
I came
guy?
from Manhattan. I just.
But you came to Astoria
It sounded
looking
more
for a Greek guy.
interesting coming from Philly, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Well, it's actually
I was
sounds
coming
more,
I was actually coming from Dangerfield. I had one show that night
So what's that? One stop?
because I did Amsterdam and I was in Europe and then I only had one show. So I came and
So
I was
you
like,
kind of had a good idea that first night. You went to the diner.
no.
We didn't go. We didn't go. We
Why,
wanted
you were not paying
the
attention? I didn't
girl,
go.
the girl that I was like checking out was
Wanted to get
angry,
the hell out
and
of
she was
there.
like blowing
She
the horn
wasn't
at 4
interested.
o'clock in the morning. She's going.
She
"Let's
wasn't
fucking go."
desperate.
She's screaming, "Let's go!" So she's got to go.
So hold
We
on.
exchanged
Even though
phone
she didn't
numbers.
come from Philly, you did come from Manhattan to this Greek place.
Yes. What part are you
The
not
same
getting?
thing.
It was a joke.
What does? I don't go for tripe. Is that a?
Yeah, I
Right,
don't even
so-
know what tripe is.
So it's a Greek term. Let's go for patsa. Patsa
that
is
clears
tripe,
it
and
up.
it sounds disgusting.
But what is it?
It's
like
tripe.
the
It's a
stomach-
tripe
you
soup.
like-
That's what they
make-
do
it's
after
something
these
you
Greek.
actually go
It's
out to
supposed
eat.
to
Yeah,
like
it's so disgusting.
Get
Calm the
the,
alcohol out of
the
your body.
alcohol to
It's
just
disgusting.
kind of calm your stomach, get you ready for bed.
So
kind of
gross.
thing.
No,
So-
I'm learning so much.
So-
I'm not being a
So
jerk.
then
I'm learning.
she doesn't want to tell me what she doesn't tell me what we do, what she does for a living. I said, it's
No,
probably
but
more.
then he goes, right, call me. And I go, call you? I'm sorry. I don't call guys. I said, so you could call me? He goes, well, I don't call girls. I go, I guess we're never going to see each other again. If you don't call girls.
She came from Dangerfields to Astoria looking for a guy, but she won't call.
No. Screw you. And then I gave him my number, and look who called the next day.
Oh.
So she won't tell me what she does for a living.
We're
And
dating 2 months.
And then we're dating, and everywhere we go, she brings an entourage because she
Tell
doesn't.
him
she
every
doesn't
night.
trust me.
Tell him every night I took you to the best restaurant.
Oh, so we're going to all these restaurants in Manhattan, and every time the bill comes,
Hold on. What's beeping?
it's me. It's me.
It's you?
Yeah, sorry.
Sam.
Sorry.
I don't hear it.
So
Well, you don't
was in
hear
the
anything.
spot.
You haven't even heard the story.
so every time the bill comes, she just lets it sit there. So I'm paying the
I'm not
bill
paying the
every
bill.
single night, every day for like this is going on for a couple of weeks.
No,
And then-
2 months.
And then one day the bill comes and she goes into her pocketbook and I said, no, I got it. She goes, did you think I was?
Gonna pay?
I said, well, it'd be nice if
Why
at
would
least
I
you
offer? Why would I
once in a
offer?
while. And she says, why would I do that? What? I was like, I was mind blown. I was like, every night we're out, and
There was so many
Every
red
bill-
flags.
You should expect to pay, but after a certain amount of time,
Right.
once in a while.
No. He was so, I don't understand what, this guy was so, I don't know what it was. Why didn't you run?
I know there were 1,000
Anyway,
red flags. They were all over the place.
red flags everywhere.
So
I
one
got to
night,
ask the big question. You're going out 2 months.
so I think
No,
she's a strict. Now,
we didn't do
what's
anything.
happening?
Nothing. There was no sexual anything.
that
No,
the
there's
question?
nothing going on.
There was no
Well,
sex
after
she was-
2 months,
Who asks that?
he's paying.
No.
He's paying, and he's
Yeah,
paying, and
yeah.
he's paying.
I'm going
There was
home.
no sexual anything yet.
So
I'm not inferring that he's paying for sex, but I'm saying you take somebody on a date.
We're
No.
a high-class
No,
podcast.
there was none.
So
Trust
one
me.
night we're across the street from Dangerfield's having dinner, and
I timed
still
it
don't know what
perfectly.
she does for a living, but she had a really hot body, and I'm thinking, all right, she's
For 5
probably
minutes,
a
right, honey?
stripper.
Say it for 5 minutes.
Something. I'm not. I
Say
don't
it
wanna
for
go
5
there.
minutes.
We still have to go home later. So
What do you want him to say?
For 5 minutes. He always says it. It was 5 minutes.
yeah, for 5 minutes, she was hot for 5 minutes.
then I got pregnant. He got me pregnant 4
I got
months
the
later.
hot carry for
Yeah,
literally
that's just-
5 minutes.
Okay, you have
So-
to go home later.
So for 2 months, you don't go near her, and then you knock
Well, she wouldn't
her
let
up.
me. She wouldn't let me
I
because
wouldn't let him. I had to know if he had any diseases. Anyway,
Right.
go ahead.
So we're across from Dangerfields, and she goes, I have to run in there for a minute. So she goes, as we walk in, the bartender, the waiters, they all know her, and I'm like, great.
A
It's
bartender.
a freaking bartender. I mean, this is what I meet. This is my luck, right? So she goes, why don't you go sit down over there? And it was the corner of the room, right
Dangerfield.
past the curtain. There was a table. And she goes, sit there I'll be right back. I'll be right
Show
back.
Ances's tape.
So Nancy Redmond's on the sorry. Sorry. So she's on stage. and
Was that calculated? That's
No, but it's true. She was the house MC.
That's
She was.
so
She was.
funny.
So I'm staring at the bar
She had
because
a
it's like
tux on.
it's been like 5-6 minutes. She said she's going to be right out. What the hell's going on in here? So I'm staring at the bar, and I didn't hear Nancy Redmond introduce her, and then all of a sudden I hear a voice, and I look over, and it's Carie on stage.
And
I'm
you
like-
had no idea?
I had no idea. So I'm like,
Wow.
yes,
That's how you
I hit
found
the
out.
jackpot, right? Because as a layman, as a regular person, you see these people on TV and on stage, and you're thinking Dangerfield's Comedy Club. This is like
Rich.
a superstar, you know.
Right.
They must get.
He did hit the jackpot.
They've got I hit the yak pot maybe, but not the jackpot.
Throw in, she's not a bartender.
You
And
get
she's-
this, everybody.
She would have made more
We
money. as
walked
a
right
bartender.
past my picture. My 8x10 headshot was pinned on the wall.
How did you guys go out for 2 months without him knowing?
Because I never told him.
Because she lived in
I
Manhattan
didn't
and I
tell
lived
people.
in Queens.
I don't tell people I'm a comic. I can't
She
stand
doesn't.
that.
She
That-
really doesn't.
point of
Ever.
this story
I
is
never
That's
tell
a-
anybody
that's-
I'm a comedian.
That's a great
you
thing.
found out she was a stand-up comedian when you
You
were
heard
at
her
a
on
club and
stage.
she walked up and you
Yeah.
had no idea.
I had
That's amazing.
no idea. No clue.
That's
He
amazing.
thought
Was there
he thought I was a stripper.
Was there? I still do. Was there anything in your act at that point about the guy you were seeing?
No,
No.
it was all about being single and whatnot. You know, it was about my life at the time, trying to meet a man.
Well,
Did
now
you laugh?
Oh, I was blown away. I honestly was just blown away at the whole thing. She was so funny. The whole crowd reacted. It was.
Thank God. Imagine
she had a
eating
great
it.
set. She had a great set, and I just was mesmerized by it.
oh, that's
You know,
what a
'cause it was,
story.
That is a terrific.
So
That's
then,
actually
the
creative.
next month, I go to him. Listen, we're at dinner. I took him to this place on Barrow Street
Oh, my
in the
God.
Village.
Holy
There's no
moly.
prices on the menus. I never went there. It
Had
was
those
had white curtains. I'm like,
sheer
I
white
have to
curtains.
just go in there one time. So let's go in for dinner. So the guy says, "Do you guys want the for two?
Price fix for two.
Whatever. Price
They didn't
fix
even
for
call
two?
it price fix. They called it the
Something for two.
whatever
Tasting for two.
Yeah.
We go, oh
something.
yeah, we want the tasting for two. It was what, $450?
It was like $375, and everything was this big. And I'm
The smaller it gets, the higher the prices.
Oh, my
go.
God.
The check comes. He only works for the railroad. I mean, what kind of? I get up and I go to the restroom, and he was like, "What?"
I'm staring at it like, what? I'm starving. I'm still starving, and it's like
So we went to my brother's restaurant and he ate after.
I
But
had a gyro
so
platter.
we're at the restaurant, and I go to him. Listen, I want to have a kid. This was wait. We're dating 3 months.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I want to have kids one day too. I go, no. I don't think you heard me. I want to have a kid now. So you have to.
All right. At this point,
We're
has
still
anything
not.
happened?
We're still not.
Nothing. Listen to me. He says to me, I want to have kids one day too. I go, no, not one day, now. I don't think you get it. Now. It's either you make a decision right this second or it's over. You'll never see me again, and you go on your happy life, and I'll go on my happy life for hunting for a man.
Had I known
Wait.
where we where
You
I'd be
missed
right
that.
now.
Wait.
You
That was
missed
my-
that one.
my
though, didn't
I
you?
gave him that
Oh,
window.
Oh man.
So he goes to me, the first thing he says to me, he goes, can I finish my salad before I make that decision? And I knew right
That
away.
is just priceless.
And I go, but when the set, as soon as you're done with your salad,
Oh, my
I have
God.
to know. So
So
he goes, so after the salad, after we eat, the coffee comes, I go to him, so are you in or out? And he goes, I'm in. All right. I go, okay, good. Monday morning, you're going to my doctor, you're getting all the blood work done.
She didn't trust me to.
God.
She had to pick the doctor.
You had to get the clean bill of
Oh,
health.
how about I go to him?
Not even your doctor.
Wait,
Her
No,
doctor.
my doctor.
I used to have a home AIDS test. Like if I was dating you, I would give you a home AIDS test. So I go to him one night, because I knew, we're 2 months in, we're going to eventually sleep together. I go, do you mind taking an AIDS test? And he goes,
I go, yeah, all right,
"Oh,
I'll
I
take
don't
one.
mind."
Yeah, okay. She goes, yeah.
I go in the closet, I get the thing, and he goes, what? I go, give me your hand. He goes, what do you mean? I go, give me your hand. So got this thing, and I jammed him, and he bled in the little circles. I go, I put it in an envelope, and in 3 days you get the results, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I
This
go,
was
I'll
funny,
see you in
too.
a week, maybe, maybe. So I get the results.
Did she break out the
Wait,
crab lotion?
I called up the number. I get the results. They're negative. I call them up. I go, listen,
true
you
stuff.
might want to call
This is
and
all
get your
true.
results. He
Everything-
goes,
Oh, that's cruel.
he goes,
Oh.
what do you mean? I go, well, I'm not going to tell you. I know the results. I go,
Oh,
but
you are cruel.
Oh my God! Tell him how you freaked
Oh,
out.
no.
Dad,
I was like, what do you mean? I got.
I have something?
Just tell me what they said. She goes,
That is-
I can't tell you what they said.
That is
I
the
go, just call the
comedians.
number, punch in this number. When you call this number, punch in your code, and it'll tell you your results.
Another red flag.
Another gigantic
no,
red flag.
that is a comedian's
That's a
He
comedian.
sense
calls,
of
he
humor.
calls me up and he goes, you suck. I go, okay, listen, Monday morning you're going to my doctor's office, and
It was this weird wacko
So when
doctor
you
in
had your
Manhattan.
first child, it was not exactly spontaneous.
Oh my
no,
You
God.
had this all.
I was on.
I lived in Queens. I lived in an apartment in Queens, and she had the key. And she was psycho. So all of a sudden, my door would bust open at 2, 3 in the morning, and she'd be like, "I'm ovulating. Let's go."
I would stand on my
She would
head.
do
From the time you
handstands afterwards, so
called,
it wouldn't
from the time
come
you
out.
called, and they said clean bill of health.
Oh, then
That
it
was
was
it.
like it was
Game on.
You run over
Game
and
No,
No.
game on, and then I would stand on my head. I'd be like, "Thank you," and I'd leave, go back to my apartment, go to sleep.
Yeah.
But because I was 40, I was going to
wouldn't
be
even call
40
or anything.
I
She
mean,
wouldn't-
I had no
Wham,
time.
bam,
on your
thank
head
you,
so it
ma'am,
would-
kind of thing. She would,
You know
we
what?
would be done, and then she'd do a handstand for like 5 minutes, so that it wouldn't nothing
Yes.
would. she
So
did-
that
so it
work?
wouldn't
How
drip
I did
out,
every
work its
drop.
way in.
Wait, tell him the
that's
best
so
story.
funny.
I kept hinting that I wanted a puppy. I kept hinting I wanted a puppy. So Christmas comes and he's wrapping. He wrapped this thing, the can. So I'm like, oh, he must be getting me the puppy because he's got the canned food already wrapped. Christmas comes, I open it up, and it's a sterno, a fire thing. And I go, what the hell is this? And then I open up, he bought me a s'mores thing.
S'mores maker. Because we had gone to Hershey.
Right.
We went to Hershey, and she loved s'mores, she said.
I go,
And
what the
was
hell
like,
is
well, that's
this?
a thoughtful gift.
Where's
It's
the
something
dog?
different. So she goes, where's the dog? I'm like, what dog? She goes, you know what dog I want. And I was like, oh my God. So
all right,
Valentine's-
all right. We're not stopping this here. We're going to end this show, but Sam is staying around for another show with us because this couple, I don't think they've even begun to dish the silly, just not telling him. That is just,
Ladies
when
and gentlemen.
I went for my physical, they finally caught up with me, made me go for my physical in Detroit, and all the guys had all this stuff to get out of the service, and I had nothing. They hadn't sent my stuff down there, but it's a whole long story. But I got 4F'd, and we came back by buses to East Lansing, Michigan, and my girlfriend was standing there waiting for me, getting off the bus, and it was the same thing. I got off the bus like almost in tears and like, and then I told her, I'm not going, I'm 4F, and same thing, she beat the hell out of me, but which was a harmless, it's the exact same story, like, you motherfucker.
Right.
We will be back next week with them, right? Will you still be here?
This is what stand-up comedians are really like in real life. My goodness.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
More stand-up memories next time.
What's our guests?
Carie Karavas and her wonderful, saintly husband, Sam.
Pop quiz. What's the name of our special?
Oh, it's an easy one.
What?
Men,
Yup.
flaws,
Yup.
and menopause. Available on Amazon. Hey, a new episode of Stand-Up Memories every Wednesday.
How exciting is that?
Starring me, Peter Bales, and right here, Jackie the Joke Man, Martling.
Please follow us on social media. Search it out. What is it? Me space?
MySpace,
Your space?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Doodah, doodah.